Hey everyone. Oh, let me turn my phone down. I always forget that part. All right. Hey everyone. Let's make sure I'm centered here. Let's see who's in here. We got Simply Jan. Thank you, Simply Jan. Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Resourceful Living Homestead. Gail Southern Living. Linda at another time. David Gray. Thanks for joining me. Making some clear soap while listening. Oh, using those rose petals. Okay. Gail, you have become a soap making machine over there. Oh, hey, Rick, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Lynette, thanks for joining us. GT Jr., how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Heather at Milk and Honey. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. So, oh, hey, there's Lisa, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. Hey, thanks for popping in. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's Growing with Hudson. Hey, Q. Thank you guys for popping in. So, yeah, it is that time, and I wanted to do a quick live, maybe not quick, because when I say quick, it always ends up being longer than quick, but um, I wanted to get a live done so that I could go through all of the ins and outs. Let's get centered here. For the IBG SeedSwap 25. All right, so this is my third year doing the SeedSwap. And every year I find that it gets a little bit better. So it grows a little bit more. The first year I had maybe 10 or 11. I want to say about 10 or 11 participants. And hello, Casings 55. Thanks for popping in. Shawnee Grows. So yeah, the first year I did it, it was about 10 or 11 participants, and they're not all YouTube channels. Okay. Some of these people are just viewers. Other ones are people that I've traded seeds with on different platforms. And when I let them know that I'm having the seed swap, they join in. I had a participant, I should say, who participated, and she was all the way in Puerto Rico. So yeah, the word gets out, and people like to swap seeds. So I do my best, and it's a different type of seed swap than what you guys are probably used to. New subscriber from Virginia, and she was born in Indianapolis. And I just seen you over at the Butler Family Farm Live talking about those dominoes. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, speaking of which, I did make it to my, I guess you call it the first tier of the monetization. You guys, I've been on YouTube for like 10 years, and I never started my channel with the idea of becoming monetized. So when I started my channel, I just wanted to share information. I wanted to get valuable information out to people who had a genuine interest in wanting to grow food. And I also wanted to do it organically. So I know that there's a way to, I knew that there was a way to grow food without using all of the harsh chemicals and having to go out and buy. So, gardening definitely doesn't have to be expensive. It's basically is what I wanted to show people, that, you can do it resourcefully. Okay, so that's basically why I set out, to do my channel. So the seed swap is, this is the third year I'm doing the seed swap. And you can see at the bottom there, I have a designated email now for the seed swap, because it just gets to be a lot when you're getting so many emails back and forth for, a certain subject. So in order to weed all that stuff out, the seed swap is a big enough thing as it is. So I wanted to go ahead and just give it its own email address. That way, every year when I get ready to do the seed swap, I can use that address, that email address, and just that email address. Thank you, Heather. I have to set it up. I haven't set up like all of the like super sticker chat things and all that other stuff. I haven't even had a chance to look at it or think about it. And you know, oh yeah, she might have access. I'm going to reach her. I'm going to email her, and I am going to let her know that I'm doing the seed swap again. So um just started posting on YouTube. Teachers Couple Talks. Hello, how are you? Listening while going over insurance statements. Oh my goodness. You just had a hospital stay, Rick? I did not know that. Well, I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad you're not in the ICU anymore. That's crazy. Yeah, so thank you, Gail. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations. So yeah, I got to get that whole thing set up for the stickers and memberships and super chats and all that stuff. I gotta, really, I haven't even thought about that stuff. So I'll get it set up eventually. Oh, okay, okay, I get it. Okay. I was gonna say I didn't know that you were in the hospital. I knew about your wife, and I knew what had happened, and I was so sad to hear that. But yeah, I was thinking that you were saying that you were in the hospital. So, okay, so this is the designated email address going across the bottom. So if you guys are interested in joining and participating in the seed swap, you don't have to be a YouTube channel. You can be just a subscriber. You don't even, you know what I mean? You don't have to be anybody in particular in order to join the seed swap. It's open to everybody, okay? So if you know anybody else who might be interested in doing the seed swap, then I would say, share the information, share it out, all that good stuff. So there is a deadline. The deadline to email me to participate is going to be January 24th. Okay, guys? So that will be the deadline to decide whether or not you want to participate. Okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to email me at that email address and say, hey, this is so-and-so, and I'm interested in participating in the IBG seed swap. The subject line should be IBG seed swap 25. I'll post this on my community tab, and when this live is done, I will put all of that information in the description. That way, if you come back to this live and you need to go over it again and write anything down or refresh, what it is exactly that you need to do, you can go back to the description box and get it all in writing, or you can play it again if you need to. So you're going to email me, let me know that you're interested. That's the email address that you're going to use. Then I'm going to send you an email back. The email that I'm going to send you back is going to give you all of the information that I'm going to tell you now. All right. So all of the seeds come to me. All right. So when you guys participate, you're going to include your name, your mailing address, and your channel name if it's not in your email. So if you have a channel and your email doesn't say your channel, then just let me know that you have a channel and what your channel name is. That's all. And I would also like for you to include your growing zone. So that helps me to know what would do well in your area and what would not do well in your area. So the idea of the seed swap is to hone in on the seeds that will do well for you, as well as the seeds that you are looking for and that you are not looking for. Okay, and I'll get to that. So you're going to send me a list, and you're going to include 3 seed varieties that you are sharing. These are going to be the seeds that you're going to send me for the swap. Okay, they can be any seeds, whatever seeds you feel like sharing, then that's what you send. Okay, there should be 10 seeds of each variety. So for instance, altogether there should be 30 seeds. So you're going to send 3 varieties and 10 of each. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to send me an email with this information so that I can get these things together, so that I can see, okay, I got 10 people already that have responded, and those 10 people are sharing X, Y, and Z seeds. Okay, that way I know what I'm expecting to receive as far as seeds and what I will still need to be looking for. And there's no maximum to the amount of seeds you can share. All right, there's no maximum. If you have a ton of, like, say, for instance, this is just one bag of my cilantro seeds that I have. Okay, this is just one bag. I have another one that's even more than this. I have an abundance of cilantro seeds. So if I was doing a seed swap where I was sending seeds away, I would say, yeah, man, let me get rid of some of these cilantro seeds, because my cilantro plants, my sage plants, those things come back every year and they reseed and reseed and reseed. So I like to get rid of as many of them as possible, because I know next year I'm going to have another bag just like that. So if I can get rid of it and it can go to a good cause, then why not? So that's why I say there's no maximum to the amount of seeds that you can share. All right. The minimum is 3, and there is no maximum. And then number 2 is going to be your seed wish list. Okay, this is a wish list of at least 5 varieties of seeds that you need or seeds that you want. Hey, Troy, how are you feeling? Oh, you're still in the hospital? Wait. Okay, so your surgery went well, but you're still there. Well, we're praying for you, Troy. Yes. So number 2 is you're going to send a seed wish list. All right, so this is a wish list of 5 varieties that you want or you need. Now, I want you to prioritize those, 1 being the number 1 priority and 5 being the least priority. Okay, so you don't have to know an exact variety. If you're thinking like, well, I don't know, all the varieties. You don't have to know the exact variety. If you want to generalize it and say, number 1 is herbs, like that's the top of my list, I'm looking for herbs, that's fine. If you want to be more specific and say basil, number 1 on top of my list is basil, I need basil, then that's fine too. You can keep it to varieties that are grown as seed. So sometimes people will send in things on their list of things that are not really grown from seed or not best grown from seed. So for instance, comfrey. Comfrey is best grown as a cutting, you know what I mean? So it's not ideal to ask for comfrey seeds, you know what I mean? So that type of thing. So don't ask for things that you wouldn't grow from seed, or that you normally wouldn't grow from seed. Okay. So that way I'm not looking for seeds that probably won't do any good anyway. All right, so that's going to be number 2, is going to be your seed wish list. And I am going to do the best that I can to fulfill everybody's wish list. And that's what it is. It's a wish list. It's like, you know, I have always wanted to grow, you know, let's say, I got seeds all over here. All right, Amish paste tomato. All right, for instance, just as an example, I've always wanted to grow Amish paste tomatoes. I don't have the seeds. I'm going to put that on my list, Amish paste. All right. So, like I said, prioritize your wish list from 1 being the thing that you want the most, and number 5 being the thing that is like, well, if I get it, then great. And if I don't, then I'm not upset about it or whatnot. And you can make it a general list. Like if you're like, well, I don't even know what to ask for, you know, you can say, I want top priority is herbs, or you can say top priority is medicinal herbs or medicinal flowers, or you can say, you know what, I'm not really a vegetable grower. I'm more of a flower and herb type of grower. So flowers is going to be my number 1. Or you can say perennial flowers to be more specific as your number 1. So there's ways to put information into your list. Okay. Now, number 3 is going to be a seed list of things you do not want. Okay. I need to know things that you don't want or that you're not going to grow. So, for instance, let's say you don't have space for climbing varieties. All right. And you prefer bush varieties. There are bush varieties. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for popping in. There are bush varieties. So let's say you want to grow cucumbers, but you don't want the cucumbers that go run all over the place because you're growing on a balcony, or you only have a townhouse that has a very small backyard and you can't take up a lot of space. It's understandable, but that doesn't mean that you can't grow. So you can put down cucumber, but I need bush varieties. I need squash, but I need a bush variety. So that type of thing. Or say you want to grow determinate tomatoes and not indeterminate tomatoes. If you don't know the difference, the indeterminate tomatoes grow like super tall. They never stop growing. They, you know what I mean? They're like a vine that just runs on. Whereas indeterminate tomatoes will put out their, I'm sorry, determinate tomatoes will put out their crop, and it's almost like a one and done. You know what I mean? The plant produces like bam, you harvest everything, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, that's pretty much it for a determinate tomato. So some people would rather, you know, not be harvesting for a long period of time, and they'd rather just harvest it, get it done, and then tomatoes are done. Take those tomatoes out and start something else, put something else in there. Or say you want to do bush beans instead of pole beans. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of information that I would be looking for. You want to include as much information into your email with your list that you can, so that I can tailor your seeds towards what you will grow and that what you would like to grow. I don't want to send out seeds to people that are not going to grow the things that I'm sending. You know, I want to make sure everybody is happy with the seeds that they get and that they will use those seeds or they will benefit from them. Okay, so that was number 3. All right, so next thing is donations are always welcome, even if you don't want seed in return. So let's say you're like, you know what, I do have a lot of seeds that I'm not going to use, and I'd like to just send in some seeds. You know, I don't need any seeds. I'm not looking for any seeds. I have all the seeds that I need. So I just want to offload some of this extra seeds that I have. That is not a problem at all. Definitely, you can definitely make donations of seeds. You can make donations of, where are they? These seed envelopes. So I got some seed envelopes here, and they got like little like labels on them for me to write on them, little baggies. There's also like the paper seed envelopes and things. So if you're like, yeah, you know what, I want to donate some seed baggies, or whatever, or I want to send in a book of stamps, or whatnot. So you're going to do that. I mean, you can do that. Number 4 on the list is to send your seeds with care. So a couple of the seed donations from last year made it, and the seeds were crushed. So I really couldn't use those seeds. They were pretty good seeds too, and I couldn't use them because they were crushed. And they weren't from anybody. Well, there was 2 entries that ended up getting damaged, but like, I trade with other outside sources. So I was trading with somebody else from an outside source, and I had traded for some ashwagandha that somebody had on their list. And when I got the ashwagandha, it was almost dust. It was so bad, and I was like, oh no, like I needed that to fulfill somebody's wish list. So I ended up having to find somebody else to source the ashwagandha with, which I did, but it was a pain because I thought I had everything covered, and when I got the seed, it was damaged. So you want to definitely send your seed with care. But that's not to say that you have to spend a lot of money to send the seed, okay? So you can definitely send it as economically as possible. So what I like to do is, let me grab an envelope. So this is, okay, so this is an envelope that I have that I'm sending out, and I have an envelope inside of it. So I'm sending somebody a self-addressed stamped envelope for them to send me seed, okay? So sometimes I trade like that. Sometimes people are just looking for stamps. So they'll trade seeds for stamps, okay? So I am sending out a self-addressed stamped envelope with a stamp in order to get what I need from this person. But in my self-addressed stamped envelope, I have a piece of cardboard. It's a very thin, like cereal box maybe. Just something that can be, that will hold its shape in the envelope. And a piece of like bubble envelope that I cut, okay? I taped it to that, and I'm going to stick that in my envelope, and that's how I'm going to get my seed, and it's not going to be damaged. This particular is for straw flower. So they just tape it right here, close this up like this, stick it right in the envelope, and that's 1 stamp. You can mail this for 1 stamp. Now I can probably fit, I don't know, I don't even know how many I can fit in here for that 1 stamp. I'm pretty good at squeezing in a lot of stamps. A lot of seeds in 1 envelope, and getting away with sending it with 1 stamp. So I'm not saying you have to spend a lot of money on sending it. I'm just saying to be smart when you're sending it so that they don't get damaged. Let's see. Jewelry envelope bags. Yep. So far, haven't had issues. I send seed packs in a greeting card. Yes, a lot of people do send their seeds in a greeting card. Let's see. I think I just got one. Yep. So here's one I just got, and it's a little greeting card, and it's got the little bubble wrap here to cover the seeds. You can't hardly see it, but there's a note, and that's, there you go. So there's a note, here's the bubble wrap, there was a sticker, and then there was the seeds. And it goes right in this little thank you card and one stamp. Okay? Simple and very economical. Okay, so did I miss something? Butler Family Farm. Hello, hello. Physical therapy. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget, I don't miss anyone. The last time I had a live, my nephew popped in and said hello, and I didn't see him. He's like, I was in your live, I said hello. I was like, I did not see you. So sometimes I miss things, and I don't want to miss anybody. All right, so sending your seed with care. All right, let's see. Oh, and now number 5 is send 5 postage stamps with your seed. Okay, so last year and even the year before, so many people sent like whole books of stamps, and I was like, wow, like, thank you. But they did also send a whole lot of seed, so it was going to be a lot of seed for me to share. So they sent me so many seed. Like, for instance, Grace and Fire, Glinda, Grace and Fire, she sent me a huge box of seed. It was probably about, I think it was a little bit, it might have been about this size. I think it was about this size. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. So it was probably about this size, and she sent it with a whole book of stamps. Other people send the little baggies, extra baggies and whatnot. So yeah, whatever you feel like sending as far as being donating to the SeedSwap is fine with me. But yeah, when you send your 3 varieties or more of seed, send 5 US postage stamps. Okay. And if you're in Canada, the last time I checked, to get like a nice size envelope to Canada, I think it was probably about this size, like 6x9, maybe this is probably like a 6x9. I think I sent about a 6x9, and it was like $15 or $16. But I know that I have sent something to Jennifer, and I was able to do that with a card, and I was able to send that for like 3 stamps, or like $1.65 or whatever. I don't know what the rate is going up to. I know it's going up, but I just don't know what it's going up to. So it'll probably be the same 3 stamps though, because I think it was like $1.75 or something around there for just to send the greeting card. But I'll probably have to send a few greeting cards, because and it'll still come out cheaper, because there's going to be a lot of seeds. There's usually a lot of seeds. So with your 5 varieties of seeds, I try to get as many as I can. So if you put, let's say you put, so one of the examples I used was the bush variety of cucumbers. So let's say you have that on your list, on your wish list. So number 3 is cucumbers, bush variety. So I'm going to do my best to find as many bush variety cucumbers as I can find to send you. Okay. So if you have, let's say you have paste tomato on your list. Okay. Say you're good on slicers, you're good on cherry tomatoes, but I need to replenish my paste tomato uh, seeds. I'm going to find you as many varieties of paste tomatoes as I can. Okay. It's just as an example. Um, so yeah, I think Gail had amaranth on her list last year. Was it last year or the year before? Might have been last year. I might have been able to send her 5 or 6 different varieties of amaranth. She said she wanted to grow amaranth. So, hey, I found as many varieties of amaranth as I could find and got my hands on and sent them to her. And that was just one of her things. So that's just an example of how the seed swap works. All right. So all of this information is going to be in the email that you send me once you decide whether or not you want to participate. Okay. So, oh yeah, that's right. You said it was in your driveway. Amaranth is so beautiful when it flowers. It really is beautiful. I had grew this whole patch of red amaranth one year, and it was so beautiful. I didn't even want to pick it, but of course I did. It's kind of like a spinach. If you eat it like young and tender, it's like a spinach. So yeah. So all of this information will be in the email that you send me initially that says, hey, I want to participate. Okay. So don't worry about missing anything or forgetting anything. Everything will be in the email that I send you. And like I said, it'll be in the description of the live. Once we end this live, I will go back and I'll fill in the description and put all of this information in the description as well. Maybe not all of it, but most of it. So the email deadline, like I said, if you want to participate, you have till January 24th to decide that I want to participate. Okay. And then I can send you back the email that says what to do next. All right. So I need to know right away what seeds you're going to be sharing. That way I can get those thoughts and things together to know what I'm expecting so that I know once I start receiving those wish lists, if somebody says, yeah, I'm going to send you, you know, I'm going to send you a Ziploc bag full of Cherokee wax bush beans, and I'm going to send you whatever. So if another person sends me their wish list and they have Cherokee wax bush beans on their wish list, then I know, okay, that's covered because X, Y, and Z, So this one's going to send in this, and that one's looking for this, and I can kind of match things up. And whatever I have left over, then that's what I know I'm going to be looking for. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. Kristen, hey, thanks for popping in. We're just talking about the seed swap, the IBG seed swap 25. This will be the 3rd year I'm doing it. It really was, Jan. I didn't have the heart to cut it down. Amaranth, green leaves and red stems and trunk, or is it all red? Well, there are different types of amaranth. So I was growing the red amaranth at the time. But I did send Gail some green with red, some red. There's one that's called this one is called Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. So there's a few different varieties. Some are green, some are red, some are red and green. Like some are red to where it's like almost purple. Yeah. So yours was green and the flowering part was red. Lucky lady, cool catching you live on this day of Epiphany. Okay. Amaranth is beautiful. Yes. And once it does flower, it's really beneficial for pollinators. They love it. They really do. Butterflies and bees, they love that amaranth when it starts to flower. Coxcomb, that's the celosia. Coxcomb, I grew that this last year. I had some growing in the front. It was the coxcomb variety. I think somebody had wanted that on their list. I did like a quick, like what's everybody looking for this year type of poll, or just to put some feelers out there. A couple of last month, or maybe even the month before, and a few people responded on the post. And I think who was it? Was it Luann? It might have been Luann. And she said she wanted coxcomb. I don't remember who it was now. I'd have to look back at the post, or I might have wrote it down somewhere around here, but I'm surrounded with seeds right now. Like I'm already in the trading zone. So like all these bags are full of seeds. A lot of people are looking for flowers. People are always looking for tomatoes. So I've got like a whole Ziploc bag. And this is how I store my seeds. I put them in Ziploc bags, quart size Ziploc bags. So I sort it out by variety. Tomatoes, peppers. Well, peppers I separate. Sweet peppers, hot peppers. Herbs, flowers, cucumbers, squash, that type of thing. And I just use Ziploc bags. So I have a whole box next to me full of all the Ziploc bags. Good night, Rick. Thank you so much for popping in. Get some rest. Pink pampas. Is that the pampas grass? Pink pampas grass. Maritza, hello. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. Nathaniel, thanks for coming in. Yeah, so that is the gist of it. I have a ton of seeds that I always contribute to the SeedSwap as well. So most of the time when people put seeds on their wish list, I would say 7 times out of 10, I have the seed that they're looking for. So I might not have to go up and trade for them. And then again, I might. I think Tammy's list last year was probably the most challenging list of last year. There's always a challenging list every year. The first year, I don't remember whose it was, but last year, I think it was Tammy, Mountain Grandma. She had, what'd she have? She had jicama on her list. Solomon seal. And there was another thing she had on her list. I think it might have been passion flower. And I was able to find all of those things for her. I was happy though. I was like, yes. It's so satisfying when I can find all of the seeds that are on somebody's wish list and just knock that out right away. So yeah. Oh, you're talking about those banana seeds, Jen? Those heirloom banana seeds? Yeah, I actually thought about reaching out to my contact in Puerto Rico to see if, let me see something, to see if she has heard of it or knows where to get it. And I also reached out to a contact that I have in India because I think Robin from Garden State So and So said she was looking for a curry tree seed. So it's more of a curry plant, I think it is. I don't know if it's actually a tree. It's like a bush type plant, but it does grow from seed. So I had to look it up and make sure that it was something that grows from seed because, like I said, I don't want to be looking for anything that doesn't actually grow from seed. But yeah, so yeah, I had reached out to my contact in India to see if they could source a seed or some seed for the curry plant, the curry bush or whatever it's called. So yeah, I am already looking for some things that I know people are interested in. Let's see. The new tomato seed is San Mariano. Really? So that's not anything in comparison to the San Marzano. Now it's Mariano, San Mariano. I'll have to write that down so that I can uh, keep an eye out for that. In case somebody is going to ask for that. San Mariano. Banana tree seeds. Yellow, pink, or blue. Okay. Lemons, limes, oranges. For some reason it got muted for a second. So, do you have elderberry already, Jen? Thank you, Anne. It popped up and flashed and said that my connection lost to my mic or something like that. So it like muted me for some reason. I have a few pink banana tree seeds from Baker Creek a few years ago, but I haven't seen them for sale since. I know they have a blue banana tree too and haven't seen any seeds yet. Okay. Salvatierra and Comstock tomatoes have been my favorite producers of all time. Okay, let me make note of that. I don't think I've ever grown those. Salvatierra. I might have heard of Comstock tomatoes. I might have heard of those. Okay. Because I do have, yeah, do they actually grow bananas, right, Jen? They are banana tree, they produce bananas. They're not just like, because I always thought that the banana trees were always grown from pups. But if you're saying that they do actually have seeds for them, then yeah. Hello, Nancy. Thanks for popping in. Heirloom seed packs. I think a lot of people lately are looking for more pollinating flowers and medicinal herbs. From what I'm gathering, like in some of the other arenas that I'm trading in, a lot of people are looking for medicinal herbs and also some of the more exclusive types of flowers. Oh, it is San Marzano. Okay. Okay. Yeah, San Marzano is a great paste tomato. It's always been at the top of the list as far as paste tomatoes is concerned. And Amish paste is a very close second. But I think San Marzano is probably number one on the list for paste tomatoes. Um, when it comes to people that are looking for paste tomatoes. Now the opalka one, this is an opalka. This one is a Polish heirloom. So it also is, from what I hear, a really good paste tomato. Marglobe is another good one if you're looking for paste tomatoes. Yeah, Romas, they're pretty prolific. So I think a lot of people like to grow the paste tomato because they're prolific, they taste good, and they're good for lots of things. You grew them for the first time. So, and what did you think? Were they prolific? Did you get a nice harvest off of them? And uh, I think from what I hear, they're pretty good on diseases. Like they're pretty disease resistant. Blackberry Rock Homestead, I just mentioned you. I was mentioning how I think you had mentioned coxcomb celosia as one of the things that you wanted to add to your seed library, I guess you could call it. Yeah, for salsa. Yep. Yes. Okay. I knew it. I knew it. I was like, I know somebody was looking for that. So yeah, I pay attention. I'm trying to, like, I had put that post up a couple of months ago just to try to put some feelers out to see like what people were thinking about, if people were even thinking about seeds yet, and just to try to get a head start. Yep. So that's basically all the gist of how the seed swap works. If you guys have any questions, I can answer some questions, or we can talk about some of the seeds that everybody's looking for. Made so much sauce with them. Oh, yes. Homemade meatballs, put it on them. Yes. You know, and when you grow tomatoes at home, it is so much better than store-bought tomatoes. They just don't compare. I don't even buy store-bought tomatoes anymore unless I absolutely have to. Like, I would rather just buy a can of tomatoes, honestly, than to buy that tomato in the produce section because it just has no flavor at all. And now that I can myself, I use my diced tomatoes and whatever else I have, up on my shelf. But I would much rather buy a can of tomatoes than to buy whatever is in that produce section. You need a weeder. Do those come in seed? You mean the San Marzano, Heather? The San Marzano or the alpaca? Alpaca. Is it alpaca? Alpaca. Um, Oh, a weeder? No, a weeder doesn't come in seed. Yes, non-machinable, do not crush. Yes, that I do have that in the email here where it says to send your seed with care. Number 4, write on your label, hand cancel and do not crush. Because the post office sends all of our mail through a machine. And that's how the seeds get destroyed, because they go through that machine and they get crushed. So that's why I put that little piece of bubble wrap in there when I send the seeds. So like just a little piece, something just to cushion the seeds when they have to go through that machine. Herbs to ward off bugs. Absolutely, Gail. We definitely have to companion plant and also to like intercrop plants. So there's a lot of plants that will grow well in between your squash or your tomatoes, and they can deter things like hornworms and squash bugs and things like that, because they send off pheromones that will confuse the bug, and they won't be able to find the host plant that they're looking for. And then you can also grow things like trap crops. So the blue Hubbard squash is probably the #1 trap crop for squash bugs. But you have to start that plant at least 2 weeks ahead of time from when you're going to start your actual squash plants, because you want those plants to be nice and appetizing before your good plants get to take off. It is like I am starting all over again with seeds. My big collection is in storage and not easily accessible. That's completely understandable. And the rural areas wait a long time to get their mail now. Just a FYI, at least here in Missouri. Oh man. I love companion planting too, Nancy. Yes, I love companion planting. So a new thing that I'm doing this year, because I finally set up the beds that my husband got me for my birthday last year. Not 24, but my birthday in 23. He bought me 2 raised beds. And it was September, so I didn't bother to set them up. So I finally set them up this last fall. I got them filled. I got them all, ready, so that everything that I put in there will start to break down and be nice and broke down by the time I get ready to plant in the spring. And then I can just take the straw off the top, add some additional amendments, and then plant right away. But what I'm going to do now is the perimeter of my garden I am going to use for just flowers and herbs. So I've got lemon balm that comes back every year, lavender, of course the comfrey comes back, and I got that from Lisa at our Georgia Suburban Homestead. It's beautiful now. It takes up the whole corner, which is basically what I needed to do. Comfrey is so good for a lot of things. You can make your own fertilizer with it. You can mulch plants with it. You can make balm, like a bag balm type of thing with it. So it's very beneficial to have in the garden. So that's out there. That comes back every year. Sage, I have oregano, dill. I got a variety of different things that come back every year, and I want that to stay. I want to add to that. I guess is what I'm saying. That way, when I am looking to see what I need to plant every year, I don't have to plant a lot, because I'll have a lot of things that are out there that are readily reseeding itself or coming back again year after year. and filling in all of the perimeter of the garden. So I want to get some more perennials out there, like some echinacea. The chamomile didn't really get to take off last year because I think it got too hot. Because then when it started to cool off in the fall is when it started to flower, but then by that time it was just too late. But I think the chamomile will end up getting bigger. I want a area designated for calendula because that's also great to have. And greens, different greens. I want the greens to be able to grow, drop seed, and just come back year after year, like the kales and the collards and things like that. So I love Swiss chard. I absolutely love Swiss chard. Spinach, like all of those things. And spinach bolts really quickly. And when it goes to seed, I want to be able to just crumble those seeds right where they're at, leave them there. In the fall, they'll sprout. I'll have a fall crop of spinach. So that's my plan anyway. It's working towards like a self-sustaining garden. I know it's not going to be fully self-sustainable, but I want to try to get as many things that will readily reseed itself in the garden as I can. That way I'm not constantly planting those things. Oh yes. Oh yes. And you know what else is good about sunflowers? Sunflowers attract not only the good bugs, but they attract the bad bugs. So sunflowers are also considered trap crops. So sunflowers will attract the bad bugs, and the good bugs that eat the bad bugs will find them on the sunflowers. So it's like one big trap. It draws all the bugs. So it draws all the bad bugs, and then the good bugs come in and take care of those bad bugs for you. That's why it's really beneficial to have sunflowers on the perimeter of your garden. That way, pollinators will make their way around the garden, but those bad bugs, they'll end up getting trapped because the good bugs will take them out. Flowers, herbs throughout the garden, yes. I have still, the first year Gail did the, what was it called? The weird container growing. I don't know if it was the first year or the second year, but the first year I participated was when I did the swimming pool. And in the swimming pool, I did oregano that I had winter sown, and I put it in the swimming pool. And I think I had like a spaghetti squash in there too or something like that. But that oregano still comes back every year. And I need to transplant most of it out because that swimming pool has seen it's done. It's done. I can't even move it. It's cracking, it's falling apart. So I have to just carefully take everything out of it so that I can carefully dispose of it. But yeah, it's done. It's so done. Salves, yes. Salves. Goats love them. The sunflowers, yes. Oh, the birds too. I always leave my sunflowers. I never harvest the seeds from my sunflowers. I just leave them for the birds to have. I like to see all the birds that come to the garden because birds, they will take care of the bugs that are in your garden as well. Some people say, "Oh, I don't want birds in my garden. They peck at my tomatoes or whatever." And honestly, the only reason why they peck at tomatoes or any other vegetables or fruits is, well, I can't say fruits because they do kind of eat the fruits, but vegetables. Birds come in and peck at vegetables because they're thirsty. So they're not eating your tomatoes. They're just trying to drink the juice out of there because they're thirsty. So I try to keep a couple of bird baths full on the property at all times. I have never, ever had any issues with birds messing with my vegetables or anything. And I've got an abundance of like blackberries and raspberries that I don't even care if they want to eat some of those or not. I mean, I don't even care. But the birds love to hang around my garden. And then last year, I noticed too that they really were on it when those Japanese beetles started showing up. I did not have a big problem last year with the Japanese beetles, surprisingly. I saw them. They did show up and they were on my grape leaves, but they didn't stick around as long as they have in previous years. I think the birds really feasted on those beetles this year. Planted spinach between two 4 o'clock flower plants and the perfect shade, and it worked great. Yes, that is it. Spinach grows really well under the big leaves of other plants. Definitely need sunflower seeds again. Yes. And there's so many different types of sunflowers. I mean, you can't go wrong. A lot of seeds that I did plant are hibernating in the planters now. That would be something to see. I know dill did self-seed, which was cool. Yes, dill is one of those. Like, it will definitely self-seed. Chamomile goes crazy at my place, and I can't take it. Oh, because you're allergic, aren't you? My gosh, Heather, how did you end up planting chamomile if you're allergic to it? So, can you drink it? Or no, you can't even drink it, can you? Like chamomile tea? Or is it just the actual plant that you're allergic to? Like handling it? I'm excited to plan the Jana clocks. Woo woo! Oh yeah, those went out already, by the way. So keep an eye out for those. They're already in the mail. Those went out. What's today? Monday. I want to say Friday or Saturday. I think one of them 2 days. Those went out already. I can't take chamomile either. Oh my gosh. Chamomile smells so good too. And it's so good for you. Sunflowers can be grown specifically for cut flowers. Yes, they absolutely can. So last year I grew a few different sunflowers. I tried to get in Joe's, what's it called? The Mammoth Sunflower Challenge. But I mean, I had a couple big ones, but they weren't anything compared to like Gail's. Gail's was like, whoo, man, hers were tall and big. She had a huge patch of them. So, but they were pretty big. And then I had grew some like ones that were, I think they were called Sunspot, and they only grow 18 inches. So they don't get big and wide and huge. They only grow like 18 inches, and they're so pretty. The teddy bear sunflowers, those ones are adorable too, and they only get about 12 or 18 inches. So there's so many varieties of sunflowers, so many varieties. Birds are beautiful. I bet you have tons of mockingbirds, cardinals. I do have cardinals, finch, the goldfinch. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. The little tiny yellow ones. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. We have a lot of robins in the back. Those robins are really aggressive. They came, you can see them in a couple of my videos. They were going after Zeke. I had a robin's nest in one of my bushes that's on my back patio. Blue jays. The blue jays are really aggressive too. Um, Blue jays, cardinals, robins. We have blackbirds that nest around here. Of course, the little sparrows and those goldfinch. Those are so cute. They're so little and beautiful. Oh my gosh. I don't blame you. I have a bunch of varieties of sunflowers. I can't wait to try them all. I experimented with Gigantus variety and it was amazing. Okay. Is that the one from Baker Creek? Did I miss somebody? Everybody's saying hi, Anne. Are you guys talking about Anne? Okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody. American robins, forget about them. We are blessed to have them here. Yeah. Robins are really aggressive. They don't like Zeke out there either because he messes with everything in the back. Like he chases everything. He's on the lookout for his territory, He does his patrol around the perimeter and chases anything that'll move. Unfortunately, one day I came home and there was a little cat sitting in my driveway. And I was like, is that a cat? And I'm looking and I was like, wow, I wonder where that cat came from. And it was a little gray cat. And I was like, So, I pulled into my garage and of course he ran off. And I looked and I called out to see, if he was out there or anything, but I didn't see him. And I didn't think about it later, but the next day my husband was out doing some yard work and he said he found the cat and it was not alive anymore, over by the big tree in the front. I was like, oh, Zeke probably got a hold of it. But yeah, he's really adamant about things being in his yard. He'll chase the rabbits, he'll chase um, deer, he'll chase I think he's chased a couple foxes out of here. I don't know what he was chasing the one day. He did get up close to a possum, but a possum's not going to run. They're just going to play dead. I had a little short of that too. It was a huge possum, and he just kind of his tongue was hanging out of his mouth and everything. Like I was like, you are not dead. You're not fooling me. But yeah, Zeke left him alone. He didn't bother him. Baker Creek is beyond overpriced. I buy my seeds from Rainbow Seeds with my discount code, unless I can find something there. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. They do have free shipping, but they also don't give you very many seed for like $4.50 a pack. I need more than 10 seed for that amount, for that price. When I can buy the same seed somewhere else, I'm gonna need just I mean, and I get it, free shipping is great, but I still need to have a little bit more seed for that price. Do seeds expire? So yes and no. It depends on how you store your seeds. Okay. A lot of people will keep their seeds in the refrigerator. As long as your seeds are not, uh, let's say, okay, so as long as your seeds are kept away from moisture, they have to be dry in a cool, dry place. Okay. So, as long as there's no risk of moisture getting in, like, so for instance, you can put your seeds in a mason jar, okay, and screw the cap on and set and keep those in a refrigerator. They will keep for a long time, like years and years. I don't know if you guys ever saw that video of M.I. Gardner, but he planted a 100-year-old tomato seed. And yes, it germinated and it grew. Okay. So there are some varieties that will lose germination rate. So for instance, like spinach, I heard spinach is, one of those that doesn't keep very long. Okay. Other ones maybe like super hot peppers. Those ones can be really hard and tricky to germinate as well. But for the most part, as long as you store them correctly, seeds will keep for a very long time. Okay, there's a seed vault in, I want to say Antarctica. Let me see. Where is the seed vault at? Hmm, I think it's in Antarctica. Hmm, okay, so whatever negative 18 Celsius is, that's, let me share my screen. Okay, so this is where the seed vault is. Okay, there's a seed vault, and it's for the world's food supply to secure millions of seeds representing every important crop variety available in the world today, and offering options for future generations to overcome the challenges of climate change and population growth. So this seed vault, it says that a temperature of negative 18 Celsius is required for optimal storage of the seeds. Permafrost and thick rock ensure that the seed samples will remain frozen even without power. The seeds are sealed in custom-made 3-ply foil packages. So I guess like Mylar bags, which are sealed inside boxes and stored on shelves inside the seed vault. The low temperature and moisture levels inside the seed vault ensure low metabolic activity, keeping the seeds viable for long periods of time. So there you are. The seed vault has the capacity to store 4.5 million varieties of crops. Each packet of seeds consists of an average of 500 seeds, so a maximum of 2.5 billion seeds may be stored in the seed vault. As of May 2024, the seed vault holds more than 1.3 million seed varieties originating from almost every country in the world. These range from unique varieties of major African and Asian food staples such as maize, which is corn, rice, wheat, cowpeas, and sorghum, to European and South American varieties of eggplant, lettuce, barley, and potato. The seed vault already holds the most diverse collection of food crop seeds in the world. The seed vault's objective is to safeguard as much of the world's unique crop genetic material as possible while also avoiding unnecessary duplication. It will take some years to assemble because some gene banks need to multiply the stock of seed first, and other seeds need to be regenerated before they can be shipped to Svalbard. So the seed vault marked its 15th anniversary in February of 2023. A little bit of history on the seed vault. Let's see, where did I leave off at? Beyond overpriced. See, Jan says she's planted seeds from 10 years ago. I planted seeds from a very long time too. I don't know what my oldest seeds are, but I don't get rid of seeds unless I absolutely have to. And hardly any seeds, and known for low germination. You know what? Come to think of it, I did get something from them. What was it? I think it was the cucamelon. It was cucamelon seeds. I want to say it was cucamelon, and they did not germinate for me. So yeah, pay $2 something and get 350 rainbow carrot seeds. Wow. I freeze my seeds every year and never had a problem. Some people do have problems with seeds in the freezer. Hello, Tammy. Thanks for coming in. The food bank, yes, but do we get any? We don't get those seeds, Heather. Those seeds get stored away to protect the variety and to ensure that we have them in case of any type of situation where we absolutely don't have them anymore, and we can, it's like a fail safe, I guess you could say. 64.4 Fahrenheit. Thank you, Jan. So that's the temperature. No, negative 18 Celsius is what it says. Negative 18. Yeah. So negative 18 Celsius. I went to Ace Hardware store and purchased seeds and accidentally purchased Blue Lake vining beans. 3 pounds? Oh my God. What? Oh my goodness. That's a lot of beans. Wow. I'll have a lot of green bean seeds. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Rainbow seeds are awesome. They were on the Vineyard Chicks. Have a great night, everyone. Talk to you later. Thank you, Nancy. They were on the Vineyard Chicks live last night, and that was an awesome live. Patrick from Rainbow Seeds, when he told his story about how he got started and why he got started, and about his family and whatnot, that was a great live. I would recommend anybody to go and watch that live if you missed it, because he did have a lot of things, a lot of information that he shared, and about some things that were going on in his life and within his family, and some things that he did in order to rectify that. And yeah, that was some good information. So yeah, um I would definitely recommend checking out that live. He did say that they do ship to the US, and they don't make a lot of profit off of what they ship to the US, but they still do it anyway, and they still do it for the great price. Um, he said in the near future, which is probably around 2 years or so, they are going to be looking to set up shop in Florida. So in the very near future, which, I mean, 2 years, you guys, is really not that long. Not that long. I mean, time is going by so fast. When you get older, time goes by so fast. So within the near future, saying about 2 years or so, he said he's going to set up shop in Florida, which is exciting because, I mean, then we'll get our seeds faster. Because, like, I don't know what's going on with Canada Post right now, but they're not. The USPS, which is the United States Postal Service, is still not mailing, or still not shipping or mailing to Canada as of yet. So they just ended, they just had a strike. Their postal service just had a strike. They ended the strike, but mail is so backed up right now that they're not accepting any more mail just yet. So I guess once they get caught up with everything that's back, logged or whatever you want to call it, then I guess they'll open up the way for us to start sending stuff to Canada again. But I did look on the USPS website because I wanted to see what the price was for the international stamp. And then I saw that it was a big banner going across the top. So I was like, oh, because I have some seeds that I want to mail to Jennifer. She won those 4 o'clocks. Oh, I'm sorry, those Jan o'clocks. She won those Jan o'clocks on the 2K giveaway the other day. So she's looking forward to growing those. I had really good germination with the seeds that I got from Ukraine. Before all of the, everything started over there, Joe, Garden State Gardener Joe, he did a live and he mentioned the Ukrainian seed company. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, So I looked it up and I made a big order and it was free shipping. I think you had to just make like a $20 or $25 order, which was very easy to do. And the prices were super reasonable. And the seeds that they gave, I mean, the amount of seeds that they put in some of these bags, like, well, I've already used quite a bit out of the ones that I got, but like, for instance, what is this? This is borage. I ordered 2 of these, and this is what I have left out of 1. And that's not even what the full bag was. It was this whole full bag of borage. This whole bag, it's a bag inside of a bag. So this whole bag was full. So this is what I have left. But this whole bag was full of borage. And I think it was like $1 something. It was a little over $1 for the bag. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy how, the prices are. And the germination rate on those Ukrainian seeds was like 100%. I mean, it was the best germination rate out of all the seeds I've ever purchased. Definitely those Ukrainian seeds. 2 months backed up with mail, but they should at least let you send mail out. Yeah, they said they're not going to be doing that yet. I think they said they're going to do it like 2 weeks at a time. So when I went to the website, it said check back in 2 weeks. So I don't know what that means. And you will have tons of extra seeds to share. Yeah. Janaclax. That's what I'm liking. How many seeds they put in the packs. Absolutely. Yes. Because I don't want to pay $4.50 for a pack of seeds, and I only get 10 seeds. And then I have to worry about how many of those seeds are actually going to germinate. I have some Ukrainian varieties, but that would be amazing to get seeds directly from there. What company was this? I want to order from there. I don't know if I can say it right. Let me see. It's called Nikitovka. Nikitovka seeds. I'll put it in the chat. Nikitovka seeds.com. So nikitovkaseeds.com. And I think when everything started over there, they ended up having to move from where they were at. So I haven't checked lately to see. But I think Lisa from Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, she also orders seeds from that Ukrainian company. And I think she said they were restricting some types of seeds that they could send to the US. The US was restricting them from sending seeds, certain types of seeds. I don't know if it was tomatoes and peppers. It was like some general seeds. I don't know. It wasn't even like crazy seeds. But I think I remember her saying that they were doing something like that. Okay, so it depends on the variety. Some have 300 to 500 for like $2 to $3, and some tomatoes have 50 and are still 189 Canadian. Yep. So let me see if I can look it up and see what it says on the website. Nikitovka. Okay, let me share my screen so you guys can see it. But this is one of those seed companies that I really loved, and they had a ton of seeds in their um they had a ton of seeds in their packages. So yeah, see, like $1.09. Well, those are out of stock, but still. Um, Tomato seeds were $1.09. Alyssum, most seeds are like a little over $1. Peppermint Lydia, $1.10. And then from what I know, I think it's like a 20, maybe $25 order. Okay, so they're limiting the max. So the order maximum is 50 seeds per shipment. And what does this say? We regularly check that all varieties we offer are compatible with the permit. So U.S. gardeners who plan to purchase or receive seed from any companies, groups, or individuals based anywhere outside the United States should obtain a permit for small lots of seed. It is free and it's good for 3 years and multiple uses. So I guess they, due to updated import regulations, we are unable to ship tomato and pepper seeds to the U.S. anymore. So yeah, they can't ship peppers or tomatoes at all. And I guess now you have to have a permit that you can apply for online for free. And then you'll be able to order seeds. But it wasn't like that before. It was not like that before. Let me see what I'm looking for. I'm looking for herbs, but I don't see herbs on the list. Oh, here, herbs. So herbs, basil. They have got tons of basil. This whole page is basil. Basil, more basil, more basil. Okay, so they've got milk thistle. Anybody who knows anything about milk thistle, they got that for $1.09 a pack. Lavender, hyssop, it's out of stock. So yeah, they've got a ton of. They got purslane, dill, parsley, just all of the things, But I guess from what I'm reading, you have to have a permit now to order, and the maximum amount of seeds you can order is 50 packs. So I want to say I must have ordered about 20 packs of seeds the first time I ordered from them. And there was a lot of seeds in my packs. I was able to do a lot of giving seeds away when the time came for the seed swap and everything. A lot of my herb medicinals came from the Ukrainian seed company. So I had feverfew. I think I had 2 of those, but look at how many seeds are in here. And that's after I have already shared a lot of them. I mean, they're tiny seeds, but there are a lot of them. And that's like $1 a pack. You can't do that at Baker Creek. They'll charge you $4 a pack and you'll get 10 seeds. Where I could, as if I ordered them here, you know, I could get more than 10 seeds. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. I don't know what their shipping time is anymore. It was a while. I did have to wait a while. I mean, they're all the way in Ukraine, so I expected to wait. I wasn't in a hurry to get them. I expected to wait a while. And I think it was probably like 2, maybe 3 weeks. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah. So I would definitely recommend them. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else you guys want to talk about or want to ask about as far as the seed swap is concerned, like I said, I'm going to put all this information in the description. Maybe not all of it, but most of it. And that way people will have a general idea of how the seed swap works. But this is going to be the designated email for the seed swap. All things seed swap will go to this email. It's ibgseedswap@gmail.com. Okay, so ibgseedswap@gmail.com. seedswap@gmail.com. And that is going to be the email that you're going to use for all things seed swap. Okay, that way I can keep all of the seed swap emails together in one place and nothing gets lost. When you guys are sending in your wish lists and things, I usually print those things out. So I like to have everything in front of me. I'm not the type to read things on the computer or on my tablet or my phone. I like to have things I like to have things in front of me that I can actually look at and read. So once I start getting those emails in that says, hey, this is my wish list, I print those wish lists out so that I can start working on them, checking on them, making notes on them, that type of thing. So good night, Jan. Thank you so much for being here. I want some Ukraine. I need some more seeds as well, Jen. But yeah, you are right there with Rainbow Seeds. So you have a great connect right there. And then if you guys didn't catch it, Jennifer has a discount code for Rainbow Seed. What is your discount code, Jen? Put that in the chat so that we know. It's a promo code. Go to her channel. Okay, go to Jennifer Ocean Homestead channel and use her promo code. There you go. So if you guys decide that you want to go to Rainbow Seeds and take a look around and then decide that you want to order, Ocean 10 is your promo code. You get 10% off. Now shipping, that's another story. We don't know what the shipping will be like from Canada as of right now. So as far as us, we might not be in any better boat ordering from Ukraine as ordering from Canada. So I guess take your pick, huh? But you guys, thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at the SeedSwap Gmail, or if it's anything pertaining to anything outside the SeedSwap, then you can use my regular Indiana Backyard Gardener at gmail.com, and you can ask questions there as well. Or you can ask questions on the comment section in the video, because I always check my comment sections and I always respond. So I guess that is going to do it. Yep, gives 10% off. Plus it's Canadian currency. So with the exchange, you end up paying about 40% less when you check your bank statement. Well, that's good information. So there you go. All right, guys. So until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.